Welcome back everyone, Phoenix 3 here, and today I'm going to play some more Pokemon Showdown. I figure I'll play a couple of games before I have to go to school. I'll be leaving to do that at about maybe 5, 6 o'clock, which is 2 to 3 hours away. But I kind of wanted to talk about the about the Smogon and like my issue with them really. Like for the most part, I don't have a problem with Smogon's tiers. I don't have a problem with how they decide they want to go and make their bans and whatnot. But the biggest issue that I have with them is that their bans are completely subjective. Like if you don't know, Mega Pidgeot, Superior, and Dragalge were all banned from RU, which is fine. RU is not a tier that I play in. I play everything in OU regardless of their positioning on the tier list. And the gripe from that is banning something from a tier that I feel doesn't need to be banned from just creates more problems. Everybody's talking about, oh, Pangoro is too good. It doesn't have any safe switch-ins and all this other stuff. So I asked them for a traditional set that they use. And they said, oh, well, they run Lumbering. They run Swords Dance, Gunk Shot, Drain Punch, and Knockoff. Now I was like, how is that hard to beat? You just send out Mega Pidgeot Hurricane in and it dies. You send out anything faster than it and close combat it and it dies. I mean, Pangoro's base speed is literally 58. Anything outspeeds it. My Vaporeon outspeeds it. So, and their and its EV spread is 252 HP, 252 attack, and probably 4 in like special defense or something. I don't know. But that's what happens when you ban something. So now they're complaining about how Moltres is too good, how Pangoro is too good, and other things like, well, Cresselia is now too good. And I'm like, well, out of the Pokemon that you ban, Dragalge is understandable, and Superior also understandable. Rather than banning the sets that make them too good, they just outright ban the entire Pokemon. You could say in our use, Dragalge can't have adaptability and choice specs, or you could say Superior in RU can't have the contrary ability, since that's the problem. But I mean, Mega Pidgeot literally has nothing going for it. It has a Hurricane that don't miss, is decently fast, and yeah, that's pretty much it. And their argument for banning it was basically nothing can safely switch into it. It doesn't have any counters. Its checks and counters can still be beat by it, and all this other stuff. And they would, because I was talking to them about it yesterday, and they said, well, have you fought against the substitute Roost workup set? And I was like, well, yeah. I mean, I got Jolteon. That outspeeds it. I've got a Flex Cinder. That outspeeds it with the Priority Brave Bird. I mean, I have ways of dealing with Mega Pidgeot. And I pretty much told them, it's like, well, if you want to be the guy to use a hyper offensive team where everything your opponent uses kills you in one hit, then you deserve to be swept by a Mega Pidgeot. I mean, it's the reason why people have things on their team like Chanseys or Blissies, things with Assault Vest and stuff like that. So these big special attackers don't come in and just wreck the game. They have ways to deal with it. And I was telling them yesterday too, it's like, y'all banned Pidgeot for forcing people to use certain Pokemon to deal with it, and you guys still let Stealth Rocks still be used. And they said, well, this is a completely different subject than using Mega Pidgeot in the tier and Stealth Rocks. I was like, how is it any different? Stealth Rocks literally limits half of what Pokemon can and can't be used. People don't use Articuno because it switches in and loses 50% of its health. The fact that Articuno is a good wall is completely nullified by the fact it effectively has 186 HP coming in and not the full 360 that it's supposed to have. or 383 is its max, I think. But its lifespan is completely effortless. So not only can I not use Articuno, if I want to use Articuno in a competitive battle, I have to dedicate what, 2 to 3 of my move slots for defog, rapid spin, or things to get rid of stealth rocks. And then their excuse was, well, stealth rocks, you know, it keeps things in check. I was like, how is that a good check? We literally have Pokemon that don't care about stealth rocks. Anything that resisted that can take 6.25% from it, they don't care about stealth rocks. That doesn't keep them in check. The only thing it's doing is keeping in check are the things that are weak to it. Literally things that could be checked and or countered don't have these counters anymore because stealth rocks limits the Pokemon that can be used. If you want to use a team like I'm doing, like this here is one of my standard teams that I use in OU. Pidgeot switches in, loses 25% of its health. This means Pidgeot only has 4 switch-ins that it can do. My Zapdos, 4 switch-ins it can do. My Murkrow, 4 switch-ins that it can do. Talonflame, 2 switch-ins it can do, depending on where you put the EVs at. So effectively, Talonflame only has 1 switch-in before it dies. If you have that 1 more HP, or that put that in HP, you get 2 switch-ins. But of course, you're using Brave Bird, Flare Blitz, and all these other moves that do self-damaging attacks. So you literally only have 1 switch-in. Talonflame is a good Pokemon, but it comes in and dies because it'll Brave Bird something and knock itself out once it takes the Stealth Rocks damage. So I have to completely build a team if I want to use these Pokemon to deal with Stealth Rocks, whereas other teams don't have to build teams around it because of Stealth Rocks. They'll say, well, you shouldn't be using Articuno. I was like, well, why shouldn't I be using Articuno? I want to use Articuno. The fact that you have people who want to use Articuno but can't because of Stealth Rocks is a problem. You can't claim to have a balanced meta and have something so broken. It's 1-turn setup, and anything that switches in takes type-based damage. If you look at Smogon's, if you look at their tiers that they have here in OU, a lot of the stuff in OU resists. A lot of stuff in OU resists Stealth Rocks. So the only things in OU that actually take type damage are, let me see, we've got Altaria, Charizard, we have Dragonite, so that's 3 so far. We have Black Kyurem, that's 4. Mandibuzz is OU? Didn't know that. So we got Mandibuzz and Mamoswine, that's 6. Salamence, that's 7. Talonflame, that's 8. Thundurus, that's 9. Zapdos, that's 10. So we got 10 Pokemon in OU that completely get wrecked by Stealth Rocks out of the entire list. Most of the list here actually resist Stealth Rocks or takes neutral damage from it. Now, you don't have to use OU Pokemon in OU. Obviously, you have other chances. But for the most part, you're going to see a combination of these Pokemon on teams. Oh, and Gyarados too. I didn't even see Gyarados there. So 11 Pokemon. Their argument is, well, we have to have Stealth Rocks in the meta, or Multi-Scale Dragonite comes in and sweeps you. Well, guess what deals with Multi-Scale Dragonite? Well, it doesn't like taking attacks from Ice-type Pokemon, especially the more bulky ones like Articuno. It'll take an Ice Beam and not appreciate it. Other Dragon types can come in and deal with it quite effectively. Like it removes a lot of counters that these Pokemon could have, all for the sake of them just wanting to keep it. And I think they just want to keep it because they just want to have as much damage on board as they can. Like Stealth Rocks aids sweepers in dealing with damage. Another thing is they say, well, it deals with Focus Sash. It's like, okay, so you have one item that, or one move that deals with things like Focus Sash and hits everything in the game for type effectiveness. And then I told him, it's like, well, why should I have to dedicate a move slot on my on my Pokemon on my team? Out of all my moves, why should I have to dedicate 2 to 3 moves just to deal with Stealth Rocks? And their response to it was, well, if you want to deal with Stealth Rocks, then you have to have something to counter it. If you don't want to deal with it, then you deserve to take all this extra damage switching in from it. So I threw the question back on him. It's like, well, why do you have Double Team banned? There are plenty of moves in the game that gets around it. There are abilities that get around it. There are moves in the game that reset the evasion and all this other stuff. It's like, so if somebody wants to use Double Team, then why don't you let them? And they say, well, because that's different, you know. It actually changes the stat of the Pokemon, and it's not something you can effectively deal with. It's like, yeah, you got Haze, you got attacks that don't miss, you've got No Guard, Pokemon with the Keen Eyes ability, see-through evasion mods, and you have options to deal with it. And they just don't want to say anything about it. And they're like, well, if every Pokemon has it, then if every Pokemon has Double Team, then every team is prepared to deal with it. That's just kind of how that works, and they don't want to deal with it. That's the problem. They don't feel there's anything wrong with Stealth Rocks. But from a player like me, who is looking at a game or a meta that's supposed to be balanced, they kind of just don't. They just don't get it. But I mean, I guess that's the end of that little rant right there. But I just wanted to talk about team building for a little bit, and how building balanced teams can kind of aid you in victory. I'm gonna play a couple of games too. I just wanted to talk about this for a sec. Like when it comes to team building, you have to know what it is that your team wants to do and how to support your team. A lot of stuff which I don't do because I just play at my favorites. But a lot of people are saying if you want to use Mega Pidgeot, then you have to use things prepared to support it, and I agree with that. So people support their Mega Pidgeots by using things like Doug Trio that come in, lock a Pokemon in place, and then knock it out. Now, I think this is true for any main Pokemon on your team that you kind of want to use. You want to be prepared to have something that supports the Pokemon or help keep it alive. Another thing is also to choose the right moves and making sure you cover your weaknesses well. I don't cover any of my weaknesses well. Like, as you can see, all of my teams have this huge weakness to rock and electric type attacks, sometimes even ice. I think 4 of my Pokemon are weak to ice. No, just 3. So 3 of my Pokemon have weakness to electric, ice, and rock, all of which are common attack moves. And I should do something about that, but I just want to use these Pokemon. And normally how I decide the moves on the team is based on the moves that I'm going to be using in a certain tier for the most part. Like, whether or not you want to, all of your Pokemon games are going to be played in Smogon's format. People that you meet on the streets or anybody who claims to be a competitive player uses Smogon tiers. So you're in their meta regardless if you want to. So you're going to learn their meta even if you've never heard of Smogon before. That's not bad. I actually think we should have a good community that teach players how to play well. Before I even started competitively playing, my Vaporeons would have like the Hydro Pump, Surf, Ice Beam, and Blizzard. You know, that's a bad moveset. And I used to think it was good back then until I got completely destroyed in a battle. And I was like, well, how do I get better? It was like, well, get new Pokemon. Something I didn't want to do at the time, but now that you actually think about it, it's like, yeah, I needed better Pokemon. So how do I get better Pokemon? And you learn, you play against people, you lose, and you get better. So that's pretty much how I learned. But looking at my Vaporeon here, HP Electric Vaporeon used to be the thing to go to. Now I'm looking at it and I'm like, well, HP Electric just isn't that good anymore. Because I put it on there so I can fight other Vaporeons or other bulky water types. And still deal damage to them. And just the other day, recently, just the other day, I was like, why do I still have HP Electric on Vaporeon? Why am I not running HP Grass? And I was like, yeah, I should be running HP Grass on Vaporeon. And my reason for that is I come across things like lanterns normally all the time. Used to come across them all the time. And my Vaporeon could never touch it because lantern either has water absorb or volt absorb. So it would just always wall out my Vaporeon. Other Pokemon like Gastrodon, it has Storm Drain now, so I can't Hydro Pump it like I used to. It also has a 4 times weakness to Grass. And then I had like a revelation. I was like, you know what? Anything that I need to hit with HP Electric, other than Water types, are also weak to Ice Beam and Blizzard. Those things are Flying types, Grass types. There's some other ones, Ground types. Well, no, Ground types aren't weak to HP Electric. But basically, you get what where I'm getting at with this. Anything that I would hit for super effective damage with HP Electric minus the Water types are also weak to Ice Beam. So it's like I don't need 2 moves on my Vaporeon to cover the same weakness when I could put HP Grass and cover more. So now I can hit things like Gastrodon. I can hit things like what else is weak to Grass? There's another Pokemon that's 4 times weak to Grass too that I couldn't deal with before. But yeah, I have options now. So now my Vaporeon covers more defensive typing or offensive types and can deal with stuff. So I'm thinking about taking the choice specs off and just running leftovers and see how well that works, because I mean there are times where I need to be able to switch my Vaporeon to switch up moves. Choice specs has done a lot for me over the years, getting those surprise kills on Pokemon. Like Vaporeon is one of those Pokemon that I like running offensively just because I can switch it in, or somebody can switch it in on me and use taunt on it, and I get a free attack. That's the way I like dealing with this. I also opted to put Signal Beam on it because dark types are pretty powerful. So I normally switch between Shadow Ball and Signal Beam, but I chose to keep Signal Beam on because it's more reliable and lets me hit things like Umbreons and stuff like that. I can Hydro Pump them in the face, but I don't want to deal with all that. Another thing I did want to try was the sub or refresh Roost Workup Mega Pidgeot. I really wanted to try that, but I just feel that set is too inconsistent. It was one of the reasons it was banned in RU, was the sub Workup set, and I feel that's way too hard to set up because a lot of Pokemon outspeed Pidgeot, especially in that tier. And especially in OU, you have to worry about things like Mega Lopunny and stuff like that. A lot of things outspeed Pidgeot. So I was really thinking, what do I have to do to get Pidgeot good? Because I've always wanted to use Workup on it, but I opted to put Hidden Power Ground on it so I can deal with things like Heatran and Magnezone. Problem is well, this doesn't exactly kill them in one hit. Like I did the calcs in Showdown, and in Showdown it did say that it would do about 100% to it. I'm actually going to I'm gonna look it up right now. Just so you guys can see, because the results I get on Showdown are completely different than what the calculator says. So let's move this window over here. Mega Pidgeot. I'm just gonna type Pidgeot. It'll bring the Mega up. Yeah, this Toshiba keyboard, it has a habit of not putting the key in unless you like forcefully tap it down. Um, Mega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, Pidgeot. I run Timid just because in OU you have to be the fastest you can be. In VGC I run Modest, but we have Heatran. I don't know what Heatran normally runs. The Heatrans I normally see carry Air Balloon, so we'll choose Air Balloon. All right. So Hidden Power Ground, Hidden Power Ghost, Hidden Power Grass, Hidden Power Ground. Ability, this doesn't really matter. Air Balloon, Flash Fire. Is there anything else I need to put in here? Is that the normal? Oh, I forgot. It's got the Air Balloon. All right, I'm gonna take the Air Balloon off and see what we got. Hidden Power Ground will deal between 78.5 and 93% to it. The 93% is obviously the high roll. We're talking an additional 48 damage that I'm probably not going to ever get. But this is what I'm looking at here between this. And a lot of times I stay in hoping that I can at least get, you know, at least 85% is kind of what I'm normally hoping for. But of course, if I have workup and I can +1, then I should always be able to kill it with Hidden Power. The problem is that you never know what your opponent is going to run. They could be running the Air Balloon set, which means I have to hit it once to break the balloon, or it's scarfed and I normally can't hit them anyway. I mean, I think Pidgeot can take a Fire Blast, but I mean, Heatran is powerful. So we're going to reset this here, go back to neutral, and look at Magnezone. Magnezones are normally Scarfed or Specs. I'm going to go with the Scarfed set because that's normally what I see. So my Hidden Power will normally, it says here, it will always be guaranteed to one hit KO every single time. But that's not the case. Every Magnezone that I've came across and hit with HP Ground, it's always taken 66%. So it's like it's not type affecting the double weakness or something. I don't know. Maybe I just have a bad round of luck and all the Magnezones I'm running into are like super bulky. So I'm thinking here is like, well, what do I put here? If this isn't working for me, then I could put Roost back on. It will allow me to live a little bit longer. I can try to stall certain things out, or I could try to run the sub workup set and go from there. But I think if I were to run a subset, it would probably be Hurricane, substitute, workup, and I mean you have to run a Roost. I was thinking I could probably get away with putting like agility on it. I mean, because Pidgeot isn't all that fast when you think about it. I mean, 375 is good, but that's not exactly the fastest thing around because Greninja outspeeds it. Most of the Megas outspeed it. Well, some of the Megas outspeed it, but the Megas that you see people use outspeed it. I mean, like, you guys do know what the F-35 is, right? The new fighter jet that Lockheed Martin built. Alright. For the most part, the F-35 flies at, what is it, 1.8 Mach? Pidgeot flies at 2. Pidgeot is faster than a modern day fighter jet. Probably most aircraft Pidgeot is faster than. And it's slower than most Pokemon in the game. I mean, they need to fix that. They need to fix that. But here, like, Hidden Power Ground isn't a bad move to leave on it. Just because if I can hit something, Pidgeot can come in and clean it up. Pidgeot can come in and clean up a Magnezone. It can come in and clean up a Heatran. But I also need to work on my lightning resist. I have no lightning resist on this team. And anytime something switches in, it comes in and dies. Like Zapdos isn't a good lightning resist. Zapdos has decent bulk, but if my opponent has a Raikou on the team, I mean, Zapdos loses. I can't even force the stall with it with Roost just because of the Thunderbolt dealing between 60 and 70% each time. My Zangoose is Choice Scarfed. It is Toxic Boost. I put it on there for just in case I can switch it in on a Pokemon I know that's going to use Toxic, and pretty much go from there. Then I can just start getting a Toxic Boost, Close Combat Return, Ice Punch, or Night Slash. I have Night Slash here just to deal with Gengars. Something I wish I could put on my VGC Zangoose, but I don't know what to do for it. Murkrow, standard. I might take it off, but I like having that priority Thunder Wave. It's just Murkrow can't do anything to Magnezone, so there's always that issue there. I was thinking about a set that locks things in. I used to have a set that locks Pokemon in, and I had Haze on it before I put Thunder Wave on. I figured if I'm doing anything with Haze, it's just to remove speed modifiers. So if I just paralyze the Pokemon, then that pretty much solves that. Haze is, of course, a much better option at removing any stat changes, because some Pokemon just come in sweeping. You can't do anything about it. At least with Murkrow, I can Haze it, remove all the stat changes, and go from there. Like, if you notice on any of my teams, I don't have any Pokemon that buff their moves, because most of them are really fragile and don't stay in for more than a turn. And then I have the usual Gale Wings, Talonflame. I feel 386 speed is a little excessive. I can probably reduce some of that and put some in HP just so I can take more hits, I guess. But anything that I need, because basically my reasoning for this here is anything that I need to hit with Brave Bird, I already outspeed. Anything that I need to hit with Flare Blitz and Overheat is probably a lot slower than Talonflame. We're talking about things like Scizors. We're talking about things like Ferrothorns. Anything that has the Steel typing is normally going to be slower than Talonflame. And anything that I just don't have a favorable matchup against, I can U-turn out. But most things that I don't have a good matchup with are already way too fast. Things like Greninja. I think Talonflame already outspeeds Greninja. Talonflame isn't going to outspeed anything that's Choice Scarfed. So I figure if the fastest thing I have to worry about that I can safely switch out on with a U-turn is slower than Talonflame, then I probably don't need max speed. But I'm just not sure what the actual speed tiers are. But I do think 252 here in speed, considering Greninja is base 122 and I'm 126, so I could probably take off 20 EVs and still be faster, and that'll give me 20 more EVs in HP. And or I could just put the 20 here in special attack and have more powerful overheats. So I mean, there are options that I can go with, but I do think 252 speed is a little excessive. Though having the max speed means you can speed tie with other Talonflames, and that's really the main issue there. But I was thinking I should probably put Cresselia back on the team. But Cresselia is also the main reason why I normally lose sometimes, because people can come in and set up on Cresselia. People can still set up on Murkrow, but they're gonna have a hard time doing it, because if I can poison something, I just poison it, and I just roost off all their damage. If something is faster than me, I get a Prankster Thunder Wave on it, and that Pokemon is now useless. Things like Salamence, but I can't paralyze other electric types, which is good and bad at the same time because I would love to throw Thunder Wave on a Magnezone with the quickness. And ground types you obviously can't poison. But let me see. Is there anything else here that I really want to talk about? I mean, but like I really need a Pokemon that resists lightning, that resist it really well. But I don't know of any of my favorite Pokemon that do resist it really well. I mean, Latias is a really good lightning resist. It's bulky and it's fast. I don't think it still outspeeds Raikou, but I mean it's fast, and I can throw like expert or weakness policy on it. Jolteon is also a really good option to cover Mega Pidgeot's weakness, to cover any of these Pokemon's weakness. Jolteon also learns Thunder Wave. It's decently fast. It's faster than Greninja if you run max speed, but I'm thinking at this point you pretty much have to run max speed Jolteon's, because it still gets 350 special attack and life orb. So I mean it's going to hit hard, and you can use it as your lightning resist. It also resists Magnezone's other stab, which is its what's the name of that attack? Oh, I can't remember. I can't think of the name of the attack right now. It's on the tip of my tongue though. Flash Cannon. It resists Flash Cannon, but it also introduces a new weakness to the team, which is ground, which is covered by 4 of my Pokemon anyway. So it's not like they can come in and get a free Earthquake on me, because I'll just switch in to Zapdos or Murkrow and throw status on it. So I mean, I guess I can try Jolteon. I mean, I really want to use Zapdos though. I mean, I guess we could just take it off and see where it goes. Jolteon is much faster than Zapdos. It's also much more powerful at the exact same speed tier, I guess. And well, I mean, Zapdos is obviously more bulky, but I mean, Jolteon's faster, and it doesn't completely die to things like Raikou. I think it outspeeds Raikou, as a matter of fact. So I mean, there's always that. And then I could try to run like a shenanigans set with it and have like Wish, Protect, Thunderbolt, and Hidden Power Ice. I think that's all I really need. Hidden Power Ice is obviously going to deal with dragons. I like to use Hidden Power Ice on all my electric types. And I think that's it. I mean, I should probably just save these changes. I mean, we'll play a few games and see what happens. I mean, Zangoose is really the like the clutch Pokemon. But you know, having 2 Scarf or 2 Choice Pokemon on your team is not that good. I kind of want to try Vaporeon with something other than Choice specs. But I mean, anything not prepared for it will pretty much die. But I mean, Vaporeon is so easy to wall that it's not even funny. So I don't know what item I would want to put on it, because this Vaporeon just comes in, hits something really hard, and it dies. But if I do take the Choice Scarf or the Choice Specs off of it, I will probably put Scald on here, and I will probably replace Ice Beam with Blizzard, just so I don't miss. But we'll save that, and we'll play a game. We're already 34 minutes in, so I guess we're not as bad as last time. We'll play some OU, and we'll see how well this goes. I mean, I die horribly bad to Stealth Rocks, and I'm still trying to find a way to deal with that. If I see a Murkrow, I'm starting with Pidgeot. I mean, okay. I'm gonna start with Pidgeot anyway, because he's probably gonna want to set up his rocks. I mean, but this is always the bad move though, because my opponent could just not set up Stealth Rocks, This is a cleft key. My opponent probably thinks I'm going to switch. I mean, I could switch, but if he sets up a light screen, then I'm in a bad spot. But this thing also has Prankster, and Prankster Thunder Wave is really good. I haven't played OU in a long time. Like, I haven't played singles in a long time. I've been playing VGC for so long, but I don't even want to risk the Thunder Wave here. I'm just going to switch. Okay. So that was good. I'm just going to use Heat Wave. And if he switches out, I just hope to burn something. I would love to get a burn on that Tyranitar. So there's the light screen. That's going to do some damage. I'm a Heat Wave again. Like, I'm just really hoping I can get... Now, that Cloyster is scary. Because... oh my goodness. That's going to matter. That Cloyster is scary because Shell Smash. The other reason why I had Haze on my okay, so that's gonna go down right now. So no more spikes for you. But the reason I had Haze on my Murkrow was for the Cloyster. I can come in, I could Haze, reset its stats. Murkrow will probably go down. I have to assume he's gonna use. Actually, I can't even do that. I can't do that. I was gonna just come in and send in... I mean, I could send in Vaporeon. Tyranitar isn't going to appreciate a Choice Specs Hydro Pump. I mean, it'll eat it because of the screens and Tyranitar getting a boost to special defense, but I can still do about 60% to it. Ouch. That did a lot of damage, actually. I'm going to Hydro Pump. Oh, it didn't matter. Murkrow will take a Rock Slide. I think I have to run Speed EVs on my Vaporeon. So I'm a Toxic. Murkrow should take a Rock Slide. Oh my goodness, that matters. That matters so much. Oh my goodness. This Tyranitar has to be Choice Banded. Because that Rock Slide did way too much. Or it just might actually just do that much damage. I mean, Tyranitar is a monster. So he isn't going to risk it. I need these screens to go away. I am going to switch into... Oh wait, hold on, no. We're just going to Roost. We're just going to Roost. Crap! Now what you gonna do, buddy? I forgot. Default gets rid of the screens. It gets rid of the hazards. I was just gonna stay in Roost, wait for him to do his thing, and then I was just going to So there's Latias. That's gonna not take a lot there. I have to switch because I'm scarfed, or I'm locked into this. Oh man, I'm not sure what Latias wants to do though. I mean, it like Zapdos doesn't do much against his team, but I need to keep it alive. This just comes down to who is not as useful. Like I really hate the Showdown lag that it has. Like I could have just stopped my attack and not be in this situation right now. I can go back into Lily, I think. I'm just not sure what Latias wants to do. It'll probably Dragon Pulse. I'm just going to go back into Lily. I mean, I really don't think I have a choice, actually. Because I need something that's not going to completely die to Draco Meteor. I mean, Zapdos lives. But I'll be coming in with 75% of my health, so. I'm just gonna go into Zapdos because I still need my. Oh, it's Mega. Hmm. It's unfortunate that he got that crit though. Do I just go for the roost, or do I just take the chance and see if I can eat a dragon pulse? I'm gonna go for the roost and see what happens. Because if I can keep Murkrow alive... Okay. Oh my goodness. This guy right here is getting all the hacks. I mean, the only other Pokemon I had that can deal with this, so I'm not gonna... I don't think I'm gonna win this fight here, actually, anymore. Like, Shell Smash is just so hard to play around. Well, at least I can get some paralysis off on it. And I should be able to sweep it with something. Water Ice. I don't know if a Hurricane is gonna do anything to it, but it's my only shot I got right now. Actually, I got the hidden power. No, it's not. I don't think ice types are weak to ground. Rocks are. So the only thing I could do is try to confuse it, I guess. Man, Shell Smash is the most broken, like, move in the game. Oh, it does do 100%? Okay. So, this game is over, I think. I can't do anything else. He still got that Latias. I mean... Okay, so my Talonflame's not going to be able to switch back in. Yeah, I'm just going to find another game. I mean, situations like that happen. Cloyster is such an annoying Pokemon. So what do we got here? More prankster stuff. I think Charizard X is commonly used in these other tiers. So let me see. Pidgeot is faster than Charizard X, but he's got 3 Pokemon in his team with prankster. Like, what the fuck? So there's Klefki. I'm not going to stay in. So what, do all the Klefkis run the exact same set or something? I'm gonna wait and see what this thing wants to do. Because Whimsicots, I think, are the sub-leech seed set. I probably should just do Thunderbolt right here so he doesn't get a free. Okay, so I think he's about to get a free Charizard X right here. I need to figure out a way to deal with that. Actually, I do have a way to deal with that. Oh, Smeargle. Oh, this has to be a Belly Drum set. Alright. What is not as useful on this team? I think it's Vaporeon. Because I still need my Zapdos. Geomancy. Alright, he's definitely going to pass that to somebody. Okay, so I hate getting swept by bat and pass teams. Okay, so he's obviously going to switch. Switch into who? He can go into Talonflame, he can go into Charizard. So if I switch now and go to Lily, but he could possibly set up a substitute, and if he does, I want to get rid of it. Dark Void, so there's a Dark Void. So Vaporeon is asleep. I think I can go back into Zapdos. I mean, if he does anything else, then I should be good. So there's the bat and pass. And here we see what he's going to bat and pass into. I should have just went to the Murkrow that last turn. So he's going into Charizard now. I'm going to switch out. Actually, I don't think it's safe to go into my I mean, because Vaporeon is okay. So we can start firing off some Charizard Y. Solar Beam, that's going to kill me, I think. Yep. So now I can go into Murkrow and I can paralyze it. Or he has a switch and he already blew his Geomancy load. So I should be good here. Sucks I had to sacrifice 2 Pokemon to deal with this thing though. So his team is obviously meant to set to sweep with Charizard or Talonflame. So I need to figure out what I need to do here. Zangoose can come in and return. That'd do a lot of damage. Then I can finish it off with that. I think that's my best option because Zangoose isn't gonna go one-on-one with Talonflame, that's for sure. Or I could, yeah, let's just do that. Go for the return here. Yeah, I mean, see, okay, so I got the crit. That's good. And if he wants to say something about that, I'm like, man, I don't care. I hate teams like this. So now he lost everything. He placed all his baskets, his eggs in one basket. Okay, so I'm expecting a Will-O-Wisp here. I'm just going to go into this. I mean, if he wants to do foul play, Talonflame resists. And I think he's going to go for Will-O-Wisp, yeah. What else do these things do? Will-O-Wisp, I think they do Recover. I think they do Confuse Ray. Does Sableye get... I'm going to switch into Zapdos, since it's the safest play. I mean, Zapdos can clean up, Pidgeot can clean up, but I really want to save my Talonflame for his Talonflame. I think Sableye's carry Thunder Wave as well. They might carry Toxic. But I'm not going to give him a free Zangoose, though. I mean, Zangoose can't do anything to this team either. Just because of the fact he's got the Sableye that resists. And he's got the Talonflame that has the priority Brave Bird, which will probably kill me. Oh, but I would love to see Pokemon be a little more balanced, though. Like, it's so hard to account for everything. Like, especially when you want to play in tournaments. Like, everything works in tournaments. Like, there was a video that somebody said, like, Pokemon wasn't meant to be a competitive game. And I agree with that. It wasn't meant to be a competitive game, but it just kind of turned into one. But they didn't do anything to, like, help the competitive scene. Like, you have a lot of Pokemon that are completely overpowered and stuff like that. But the main reason I enjoy Pokemon is because I get to play with my favorites. I'm going to turn the timer on. And once he makes a move, I'll turn it off. Like, the battle timer, in my opinion, should be only used to tell an opponent to hurry up. But once they start playing again, then you just turn it off. That's what I do. I'll never time somebody out on the battle timer because I come here to play. And they will lose if they don't make a move in 150 seconds. Which I think is fair. Waiting and waiting. 1 to 4 turns left of Sun. There's only one more turn left of Sun, so it should be going away soon. But as you see, that's the main reason why I keep Murkrow on the team, is just so I can get a Prankster Thunder Wave off on something. Of course, the Prankster Haze would have been just as good there, but it wouldn't have really mattered too much, just because, you know, Charizard in the sun is still strong. Still very strong, as a matter of fact. So my opponent has a minute left. I mean, I can look for another battle, I guess. But I don't want him to come back and then I have to juggle 2 battles, which would be good. So, I mean, I guess we'll wait. $40. Yeah, I'm sitting here trying to drink this beer right now, and it's so bad. But, like, one of my brother's friends came over, and he's like, hey, you want a beer? I was like, I guess I'll take one. It was kind of one of those. I wasn't, like, looking forward to it or anything. But these things are just hard to put down, though. Okay, so we win here in 10 seconds. You know, I hate for a game to come to it like that, so my opponent does make a move. I'm going to Thunderbolt. I'm going to stop the timer. Smeargle. So we know the Smeargle isn't scarfed or anything, so I will outspeed it. So I can just spam Thunderbolt from here on out. Talonflame won't even be enough to knock me out at 69% since I do resist. Klefki will probably come in to set up the light screen. That'll probably be all it will do. So I'm going to set the light screen up. So there's the 8% left there. I'm going to Roost just to have 100%. So Talonflame doesn't come in and do like a Flare Blitz and knock me out. I'll be able to live. But I mean, Spikes doesn't matter because the only Pokemon that is affected by Spikes is the Zangoose. Everything else flies. So that was just a wasted turn on his part. So the Reflect's going to come in. That's going to knock that out. So now I have a Zapdos with 100% life. And it should take a Flare Blitz. Unless it's Talonflame is Choice Banded, then I guess it doesn't create a problem. So there's a Sword Stance. I'm a Thunderbolt here. That's going to not knock it out. It gets paralyzed. So the only move he can go for is Brave Bird, since he doesn't get his Flare Blitz. And I should be able to take a +2. So it's like a Roost is all he's got. That's fine. I'll just keep Thunderbolting. I have more Thunderbolts than he has Roost. And he will eventually get Parahaxed, which I don't have a problem with. I don't know. You think I should probably build a Mega Pidgeot sweep team? You think I should do that? Where I just like +6 with a Pokemon, and then they can't do anything? Who do you think would be really good for that? They would have to have Mean Look, or a way to trap something, a way for me to +6 and Baton Pass, and also have access to Taunt so they can't Whirlwind me out. So, I mean, Shadow Tag is a good ability too. Shadow Tag. So yeah, I'm gonna try to do that. I'm gonna try to build a Mega Pidgeot sweep team and see where that takes me. Oh wait, it's waiting on me. I thought I clicked the button. So there's that. He can't do nothing. That's gonna go down, and I just knock out Sableye, and he can't do anything to me. I mean, Sableye will probably try to stall me with Recover, since they can do that. I'll probably just keep going for the Heat Wave until I get the burn on it. So we're just going to turn the timer on here. I mean, this is his last Pokemon. He's only got one thing to do. Either quit or send the Sableye out, and we play an extra, like, 14 turns, I guess. So we're going to go in the team builder, export team, new team. This team's going to be M Pidgeot Sweep. Alright, so now format OU, I guess. Add Pokemon. Let's see where we're at here. Got some lag. Okay, so yeah, my opponent just left. Talk about a poor sport. I mean, if you get salty like I do sometimes, then just either quit, complain, and then go on to the next fight. So let's see. Pidgeot. We want a Mega Pidgeot, because I'm just gonna abuse Mega Pidgeot, man. This is always gonna be my Mega. 30 seconds. Item. Pidgeot. Mega. Moves. Hurricane. Heat Wave. Hidden Power. I don't know, should I go Hidden Power Fighting? Think that would be good? Am I not connected to the internet right now? I am connected to the internet, so I don't know what's going on. Okay, so I win that. My rating goes up by 29 points. So we'll close this window and go back to the team builder. Hidden Power Ground is gonna let me hit things like Magnezone and stuff like that. But the problem with that is Magnezones are typically scarfed, and Heatrands normally carry the Air Balloon. So Hidden Power Fighting is another good option, because it lets me hit Heatran for super effective, and it lets me hit Magnezone for super effective, which I already got the Heat Wave to cover. So we'll try Hidden Power Fighting, and another move that Pidgeot gets, not U-turn, since we want to stay in. What's another really good special move Pidgeot can get? We don't need Air Slash. I mean, if we +6 something, it's going to go down. We got Feint Attack. We have Hidden Power. Oh, no, these are Hidden Powers. We got Mud Slap. It's a ground type move. But if I'm just going to run that, I might as well just run Hidden Power Ground. We got Ominous Wind, which is a ghost type attack that can potentially +1 me on everything. And we got Twister, which is a dragon type attack that will have a 20% chance to flinch the opponent. But what good would that do me? It's not going to do me much good. We'll do Ominous Wind. Why not? We are going to run max attack and max speed, 6 HP, 4 actually. And I guess it comes down to what Pokemon is a good baton passer. Umbreon is. Umbreon, we can run max HP, max special defense, and run a bold nature and take away from special attack. So we can run synchronize, inner focus, can't be flinched. I guess that's good. And we could do taunt, mean look. You have to have Baton Pass and Calm Mind. This thing does learn Calm Mind, right? It does not learn Calm Mind. All right, so what boost moves does this thing get? It gets Curse. That could be good because I could increase all of my stats, but I don't want to pass over minus speed. Stored power. Maybe this thing doesn't get anything. I mean, it gets work up, but I mean, Pidgeot gets work up. So I want attack. I want special attack, and you know what? Let's take a look at Clan Pearl. Let's see what that has going for it. Or maybe it's not Clan Pearl. What's this thing's evolved form? Oh crap. The other fish one. Gorbis. Gorbis gets Baton Pass. It gets Baton Pass. It gets Shell Smash. Shell Smash. I think we give this White Herb. Oh, and it's Swift Swim? Okay. We can do something with that. What else do you get? You get... I basically just want those two, I think. We get Iron Defense. We'll put that on as well. And... so we get Barrier and Iron Defense? What's the point of that? I mean, you guys do know this team is going to lose horribly bad, right? So I guess the only other thing we can do is... oh, we can't use double team. That would be so legit. We'll put substitute on it. Substitute. Was that up here? There it is. Substitute. And we can use something to set up rain. We use Politoed. Politoed. Politoed has Drizzle, obviously. We will put, I don't know what these things want to do. Let's take a look at his EVs real quick. Special defense is good, special attack is decent. So we'll do this, I guess. Plus and a minus. Scald. I actually don't even want to do this right now. You know what? We're just not even gonna do it. Like I just don't feel like I can subject someone to like that. Birds. I'm gonna play this one again. It has really good games when everything plays right. What do we have here? Okay, so it looks like my opponent is definitely going to set up that Clan Pearl sweep. Oh man, just when I think I have enough faith in people, they just turn around and just like, let me see. This thing is weak to hidden power or grass. Come on, turn this off. Turn the timer off. I think I'm start with Zapdos. It's not needed. Alright. So this is obviously, you can get level 1 Pokemon on here? Okay, here's what we're going to do. Guy wants to do his thing. I'm just going to go into my Murkrow. There's the Endeavor. And I'm going to Roost. There's the Roost. He's going to Quick Attack. That's going to do 0%. I am going to Toxic. I'm basically going to force him to switch into something else. I know this. So Primate's going to call. Please don't tell me this thing has Guts. It doesn't have Guts. It has Vital Spirit. But that's fine because I can basically go into my Talonflame and Brave Bird this. Oh, this thing is fast. I'm gonna go into my Zapdos. Zapdos will outspeed it. I don't know what any of these abilities do. I know what Defiant does. I don't know what Anger Point or Vital Spirit do. Jesus Christ. Well, this thing's gonna get roosted. I guess we learn here if it's Scarfed. It's Scarfed. So, I have to go into Talonflame, I think. I do. I mean, my priority Brave Bird is faster than his Talo. So now that I know it's Scarfed, I could do shenanigans with Murkrow. There's the Wish Cash. I am going to switch into my Vaporeon. Dragon Dance. I forgot they do that. Well, here, have a Hidden Power Grass. And I think Wishcast was the other Pokemon I was thinking about. Get out of here. So Hidden Power Grass is definitely much better for Vaporeon. My point turns the battle timer off. Yeah, you're definitely going to do that. I mean, Vaporeon's not useful here anymore, so. I'm just gonna stay in and let him kill my my Vaporeon. I probably should have just switched right there and then switched it back in. We'll see what he wants to do. I don't have defog on his team. I'm gonna say I could just defog the screens away. I'm just gonna keep doing this. Are you kidding me? This is really a thing. I didn't know these got that. I'm going to switch. I'm gonna get some status on this thing. But what do I want? Do I want Thunder Wave or Toxic? I want Thunder Wave. Then I can go back here into Vaporeon. Oh man, what's this thing? Normal fighting. It's not going to matter because he's +2. Oh, that yarn felt good. He's +2, and he's I can actually. I don't. Well, I think I can wall with that. I'm gonna just throw Hydro Pumps in his face. I should be able to get some good damage. I think. Hope for some para hacks. 78% is what he's got left. So light screen goes away, so that's going to make some of my attacks a little more powerful, but I really don't know what else I'm going to do here. 36. There's the paralyze. I just need a couple more of those. Okay, so I should be able to kill this thing now. Assuming I hit with this Hydro Pump. Okay. Jesus Christ. Clan Pearl. So yeah, what? I've played, what, 2 Bat and Pass teams already? And Shell Smash. Ouch. %42 there. Um, 179. Zangoose should be faster, I would think. I pretty much have to win with Pidgeot and Talonflame. This thing is only +2 special attack. I think Murkrow can eat up attacks, especially if this thing doesn't have priority. I can force him to Shell Smash again, which would actually give me... It didn't matter. It was more powerful. Alright, so I have to lose some Pokemon here. I think I have to send in Zangoose and do the return and hope that gets me somewhere. Because I have to get a free Mega Pidgeot. That's just the way that is. I have to get a free Mega Pidgeot. I pretty much have to get a Hurricane on the Tailo. But I think I can do something about that. So let's just return here. I can try Night Slash and get a crit, but that doesn't ever work for me, so we'll just do return here. Okay, so that was good to knock that out. And my opponent quits. Talk about a scrub, right? LOL. Oh snap, my rating is now in the 1300s. That is good. Oh man, I gotta go to school soon. You know, I'm gonna play a couple more battles, then I'm gonna end it there. I kind of just want to get something uploaded, I guess. I haven't really played this team in a long time, and I am really not used to OU right now. And here we go. That's Suicune, man. I'm looking forward to playing Suicune in Pokken Tournament. Not even gonna lie. Okay, but who wants to lead here, though? I mean, Vaporeon's a solid lead. Nothing really wants to do anything with it. Diggersby tends to be scarfed sometimes, I think, because it's got that pure power ability. Maybe I can do some shenanigans with Pidgeot starting. Lily doesn't mind starting. Zapdos doesn't mind. I'm going to start with Vaporeon. I think that's my safest play. So here's the Vaporeon. Here's the Diggersby. Alright. So I can just hit it with the Hidden Power Ground. That should be enough to knock it out. I really don't want to miss with the Hydro Pump. He'll probably switch, though. What will he switch into? He'll probably switch into Suicune or something. Well, let's learn something. I have the advantage right now, so there's no need to switch. Okay, so I should have went for the Hidden Power Grass. So now I'm about to lose a Vaporeon for pretty much free. Okay. Change of plans. I'm going into Vapor or in the Zapdos. We're not gonna. Man, it did a lot of damage. Is this thing scarfed or something? I'm a roost. Man, Diggersby is a monster. Like, seriously, don't sleep on Diggersby. Man, something's telling me I really should wait for that Hidden Power Grass. Okay, so he's going to switch out into Suicune. Look at that. Expected the Hidden Power Ice. I'm not going to reveal the Hidden Power Ice. I'm not even going to show I got it. If the Diggersby comes back in, I'm going to switch out. So switch out into who, though? I mean, do you think a Hidden Power would do something to it? I don't want to eat a Rock Slide, though. I don't want to reveal the Hidden Power Ice yet. But in the event that he does do something else, but I really don't want to lose anything right now. Because I can still switch Vaporeon in on that Suicune, expecting a Water type move and get somewhat healthy. So I'm just gonna go for the Hidden Power Ice. Why not? Frustration. It is scarfed. So on the Scizor switch in, I'm probably going to go into Vaporeon to take the Bullet Punch. Because Vaporeon or Zapdos can set up on the Suicune, the Altaria, and the Rotom Heat, assuming the Rotom Heat's not scarfed. So there's the Scizor. I am actually going to switch into Talonflame. Talonflame resists the Bullet Punch, and I threaten it with the Overheat, which I'm sure it won't be able to take. Yeah, let's do that. I'm going to go into Talonflame. I don't want to sacrifice my Vaporeon yet if I don't have to. That still did a lot of damage. So, overheat. Gonna try to preserve some of this bird's health, right? So there's that. Oh man, I can't switch. Lily doesn't mind taking a volt switch, I'm sure. Is this thing banded or something? It never goes down in one hit to volt switches. This has to be, no, this has to be a choice specs heat, a Rotom. So I guess now that I know that, I can play accordingly. Zangoose can come in and wreck this thing. I think Zangoose is actually going to be one of my late game sweepers. So I am going to go into you. Let's hit this thing with a U-turn. Latiases aren't ever scarved. Unless this whole team is choiced in some way. Okay, so that happened. So I had to sacrifice a Pokemon here. I think I'm just going to sacrifice Vaporeon. I wish that was a critical hit. Would have been very nice. Alright. And his life orbed. Alright, so that's learning something new. So I am going to U-turn. That Rotom has no damage on it. It's got that actually. Okay, so I'm gonna bring Zapdos in. Oh, Rocky Helmet. I'm gonna bring Zapdos in and Roost, just so I can get healthy again. I don't want a switch in to wreck my face. A switch in on that Scizor. Like, I think if I play this game out well, I can win. I probably should have did the Thunderbolt on the first turn. That's 58%. Give me the Parahacks. Give me Parahacks. Oh, opponent got greedy. Opponent got greedy. Don't get greedy against the Zapdos, man. So that Suicune's going to go down. Yeah, I kind of have to know Suicunes do, they do Calm Mind. I know they do that. But I don't think it'd be bad for me to have a Pokemon on my team that can buff their stats. Like, I was thinking about using Choice Band or Swords Dance Talonflame, but there wasn't too many opportunities that I had to actually set that up. So I'm going to Roost. See if I can take a Draco Meteor, if it does it, or a Hyper Voice. I just want to judge the damage it's going to do to me. Dragon Dance. Okay, that's unexpected. So I'm going to throw a Hidden Power Ice at it. And I've got the Talonflame in the back with Choice Band. So Hidden Power Ice here. That's going to do a clean 50%. Hopefully I can take whatever stab it wants to do. But I'm going to lose my Zapdos here. Okay, so I lost my Zapdos. Man, my opponent is just loving frustration. And this is a reason to carry Talonflames, so you can priority everything. He's probably going to switch. Yeah, he doesn't switch. Okay. He could have went into the Rotom. Rotom Heat. I think when I die, I'm going to Mega Pidgeot. Oh, only got 2 Pokemon left once this thing goes down. So who do I go into? I think I go into... I think he has to send his Pokemon in first before I send mine in. So knowing that, I can get a clean hit off on this Latias, which will go down to Zangoose. Okay, so we're good. I think we're good here. I'm a Brave Bird just to get damage on the Rotom. So 36% it takes. I'm gonna eat a Volt Switch. He has a switch out, and this thing is probably choice specs since it killed my Murkrow in one hit. Actually, I can run the damage calcs, I think. Let me see. Murkrow. Eviolite. And Rotom. Rotom H. UU choice specs. I'm just gonna take a look to see what that Volt Switch is gonna do. Volt Switch will do. Dang, it kills. Because my Murkrow isn't max special defense. It's 166 special defense. So I know I have EVs in it, so whatever puts it up to 166. Let's try like 152. 170 maybe. Okay, so yeah, it's scarfed, or I mean it's banded, so, or it's spexed. So I can go into Zangoose. Let me see, how much health does this thing? Scizor has a lot of health left, but I think this guy, the Scizor, is banded as well. So I have to lock myself into something. I'm just gonna lock myself in the return. Because I really don't think, like, if it wasn't specs, it wouldn't kill me, right? Yeah, it wouldn't kill me, so it has to be specs. Scizor is coming in. I'm gonna let the Zangoose go down. I'm going to Mega Evolve into Pidgeot. Oh, because that, he shouldn't have done that. So Pidgeot should be able to come in and clean up. Though I am worried about the Rotom. I don't know if my Heat Wave's gonna do 37%. And since it is specs, it will kill me. I think this is the reason why I wanted to put Hyper Beam on it, just so I can kill Rotoms. No, get me confused. Okay, so yeah. GG. I think I'm actually going to change that right now. I think I'm going to put Hyper Beam on it. Take Hidden Power Ground off. I mean, because U-Turn is still good. Did it save? Okay, it saved. So we got Hyper Beam on the Pidgeot now. We should have no more Rotom problems. There's the Hyper Beam. Hidden Power Ground will be good here. This is a rain team. So I think I'm going to start with Zapdos. Yeah, I mean Zapdos is my best. My best lead, because I can hit everything here hard. He's got that Clefable. I'm a Thunderbolt and see what he wants to do, and then if I need to switch out into something, then I'll do that. These things normally have Magic Guard, which make it to where they don't really get hit hard. I mean, Clefable is reasonably powerful too. So what do I do? I'm gonna Thunderbolt him again. and hope I can take an Ice Beam. Okay. My opponent's not going to give me the opportunity to... Man. I really don't want to sacrifice 2 special attackers right now. I mean, going into Talonflame is obviously a bad move here. But I mean, there's nothing else I can really do to it. I'm just gonna hit this thing with a Brave Bird, and hopefully I can kill it in 1 hit with a Choice Banded Brave Bird. If he switches it out, that's also good for me because I don't have a +2 special attack, +2 special defense Clefable sitting in front of me. So Moonblast, that is going to kill me. So I'm just going to go into my Zangoose here and finish it off. Sucks I lost my Talonflame though, but I don't think Talonflame's going to be much too useful here. But it would be nice, especially this Ludicolo has Swift Swim. Alright, so that's done. I can switch Vaporeon in on pretty much anything he wants to bring in. There's the Rotom Wash. I'm going to stay in and return. Especially if he's just going to go for the Swift Swim. Oh, goodness, that didn't do anything. Keep firing off those things. Yeah, critical hit. He's going to switch, so I'm just going to hit something. There's no point trying to preserve the Zangoose. I might as well have a clean switch in on something, I think. Metagross. Metagross is going to get the Mega Pidgeot. I don't see anything else happening. Metagross is going to get the Mega Pidgeot Heat Wave. That's just what's going to happen. He's going to get the Heat Wave. Yeah, get that out of my face. Don't want no Metagrosses up in here. This is Mega Pidgeot's game. So I'm expecting Rotom to come back in. Politoed. Are Politoads scarfed normally? Is scarfed something they do? I'm a U-turn. I don't think these things run scarf. I know some do, but okay. Do I want to expect the Ice Beam? We're gonna go to Vaporeon. I mean, a Choice Specs Hydro Pump will still do like 50% to this thing, I'm sure. Of course. Why would I not switch in? You know what? I'm gonna go for the Hidden Power Grass. That's what's gonna happen. Hidden Power Grass. Send that Rotom in. The Rotom is not coming in. That did 37%. Keep it going, Vaporeon. I want that Rotom to come in. I want that Rotom to feel my pain. Eat it, Rotom. Yeah. Don't like that Hidden Power Grass, do you? Man, Hidden Power Grass on Vaporeon is so good. I am so glad I made that change. You're gonna go into Lily. You're gonna get some paralysis on this thing. Giga Drain did nothing. Eat that Thunder Wave. He's got yourself a useless swift swimmer. I don't even care anymore. Murkrow did its job. So what we're going to do is just roost. Get all that delicious HP back. Look at that 30% ain't doing nothing. I'm about to stall out your rain. Get all my health back. You know what? I'm not even going to do that. I'm going to send in my Vaporeon and signal beam this thing to the face. You guys ain't got no more rain. And you about to hit a signal beam. Okay. That didn't do as much damage as I was expecting it to do. But you're going to eat another signal beam so my Pidgeot can come in and clean up. How much health this thing got? 41%? I mean, why is he trying to save his Pokemon? I go into Michelle, and she comes in and cleans up. That's what happens here, right? We do the Hurricane. I don't think Garchomp can knock me out in one hit. Cause I got this big old belly right here. Okay, what was the point of the Protectors other than to waste my time? You just stalled out a turn of your own rain, and I'm still gonna get a Hurricane off. That's dead. Ludicolo can't do nothing to me because he's paralyzed. Unless he's got an ability that removes the paralysis. Okay, here's the Garchomp. Yeah, I'm just gonna stay in. We're gonna learn if it's scarfed or not. It's scarfed. Give me confusion. No confusion, that's alright. Oh, wait. No, go back. Go back. Run that back. I was going to switch out, save it so I had my Pidgeot for the Ludicolo. But, you know, it's whatever. You gonna eat the Hidden Power Ice. Man, this thing is super bulky. We're going to roost. Get that delicious HP back. Doesn't matter if he still gets crits, right? I have to be in a favorable position with this thing. Oh, man. Well, I guess we'll just stall the Hydro Pumps out, attacking when he misses. If he misses, there's a paralysis. I'm a Thunderbolt. Actually, to play it safe, I'm going to Heat Wave. Because I want to hit him with paralysis. I want to hit him with a Thunderbolt when I know I can kill him. I don't want to go for like a high damage roll or something. And he doesn't die. Because if that Outrage it dealt a lot of damage actually. Outrage did 72, so I need to be above 72%. But these Hydro Pumps are powerful, man. I should probably take a look at Ludicolo's stats. I really don't know what they are. Man, but these critical hits though, they're not helping much. I would like to get 2 paralysis Parahaxes in a row, so I can be at 100%, and then when the Garchomp comes in, I can. So there's one. I just need another one. Yeah, I'm sure you guys don't want to sit here and watch me do roost all day, but I want to be safe. 31. Man, these ice beams here ain't playing. These hydro pumps ain't playing. So I'm going back up to 90%. Give me a Parahacks or a Miss. Give me something. Like, I'm never this accurate with hydro pump. To hit every single one in a row. Man, I'm so scared right now that he's gonna get a freeze. Man, my opponent is getting lucky. He is hitting with everything that misses when I use it. I mean, that's called focus miss for a reason. Just give me something. Thank you. Now I can thunderbolt this thing. I could do the hidden power. Dang, that took way too long to get to the conclusion I was going for. Alright, it's 4:50 here. I am going to just end it here. I ended up waking up at like 2:30 this afternoon. But that's all I got for you guys today. If you guys like this video, click the subscribe button. It's to help make this channel a little more powerful. And I want to get really powerful. And leave comments below. I always want to hear what you guys got to say about these videos. I want to know if you guys like these really long, hour-long plus videos, or if you want me to like try to stick to something like in a 30-minute range. And do like the video. You know, I do work really hard on these battles. These things take a lot of mind power to figure out how to win. And as always, thank you all for watching my videos. And I hope I see you all in the next one.